it's me Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'm going to be doing another subtraction video. This one is part 2 to the first one that I did, and this one is just going to have harder problems. The last video was a little bit easier. This one is going to have all hard problems, okay? So I'm going to be doing 4, and then I'm going to do them all separately so that we have more room, okay? Okay, so the first one, I'm going to do 51 minus 43. Okay, so step 1, remember, we split the problem in half like we did in the last video. And then step 2, remember, we look at this side first, right? Okay, and what we have is, right, which number is bigger? And the bottom number is bigger, so what do we do when the bottom number is bigger? Right, we can't subtract 1 from 3 because 1 is smaller. So we put a 1, right, in front. Here, I'll use green so you can see it better. Okay, so we put a 1 in front. Okay, but what happens when we put a 1 there, right? We have to cross off the number in the first column, right? And subtract 1 from it. So what's 5 minus 1? 4, right? So this new number becomes a 4 instead of a 5. Okay? So we can subtract these two numbers, which is now 11. So 11 minus 3 is 7, right? And then we have 4 minus 4 now, right? Because the 5 now became a 4 because we had to take 1 away. So 4 minus 4 is 0. So the answer is just 7. So 51 minus 43 is 7. Okay? All right. Problem number 2. Okay, so we're going to do, here, I'll write it up here first so you guys can see. We'll do 85 minus 16. So 85 is the biggest number, so we're going to do 85 and then minus 16. Okay. So what we do first is we split the problem in half. I don't like this as much. I think it's too small and congested here. So the next time, I'm not going to write it up here first. Or maybe I'll do it a little bit smaller. It's okay. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so we have 5 minus 6. 6 is the biggest number, and it's on the bottom, right? Which means that we're going to have to put a 1 in front. Remember, so this column is what we're looking at. Don't worry about this one yet. So 6 is bigger, and it's on the bottom. So we have to put a 1 in front, and what happens when we put a 1 in front? We have to go to this column right here, right? And then we have to take 1 away from this top number, which is 8. So what's 8 minus 1? 7. So this new number becomes a 7, okay? So now we can subtract. Okay, so what's 15 minus 6? We get 9, right? So that becomes 9. And then we have, instead of 8, we have the 7 here. So 7 minus 1, and that is 6. So the answer is 69, okay? Awesome, so we have 2 more, okay? All right. Okay, and once again, I'm looking here because I already wrote down the problems on a little board up there. Okay, so I'm going to write the numbers smaller. So we're going to do 30 minus 22. Okay, so we have 30, right, because it's the biggest number, so we have to put that on top, minus 22. Okay, and we have to split the problem in half. You don't have to do that, but in case that helps you guys, I'll just do it anyway. Okay, so we look at this column first, remember, and we look at this column second, okay? So we have 0 minus 2. We can't do that because 2 is on the bottom and 2 is the biggest. So what do? We put 1 in front. Here, I'll make room. So we put a 1 in front. And what happens when we put a 1 there, we have to cross off the front number and subtract 1 from it. So what's 3 minus 1? 2. So that becomes a 2, okay? So now we have 10 here, just so you can see it better. So that's a 1. So we have 10 minus 2, which is 10, 9, 8. It's 8, right? Okay, and then 2 minus 2, which is 0. So the answer to 30 minus 22 is just 8, okay? All right, we have the last one now, and this one I think you can do counting on your fingers, but just so you can see how it looks if you do it this way. Okay, so we have 17 minus 8, okay? So the biggest number is 17, so we have to put that on top, minus 8. So when you have a single digit number, it always goes in the back column. You don't want to put the 8 here and put 0 here because that becomes 80, right? So it's going to be 0, 8. If you want to put the 0 here, you can. If you just want to put 8 here, that's fine too. But for a placeholder, we can put 0 here because 0, 8 is the same as 8, but 8, 0 is not the same as 8. That's 80, okay? So just for a placeholder, I'll put that there. Okay, so what's 7 minus 8? We can't do that, right? Because 8 is the biggest number and it is on the bottom, right? So we have to put 1 in front of the 7. And what happens when you put a 1 there? We have to take 1 away from the front number, which is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So that becomes 0. So yeah. Okay, so now we go back to this column and we have 17 now, right? 17 minus 8, which is 9, right? So we put a 9 here. Okay, and 0 minus 0 is 0, right? So you don't have to put the 0 there, but you can if you want. So the answer is 9. 17 minus 8 is 9. However, if you wanted to count on your fingers, you could count down 8 from 17. So that would be 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 8 spots from 17 is 9. All right, yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.